hostess in the boutique. One of my very bestest and sweetest friends, Monica Gould, is here, and she is going to show us how to make a 12 Days of Christmas tree. Y'all know I am not woodsy, artsy. I got no handyman skills, but Monica Gould is the bomb, and so she's going to show us how. All right, we're going to get things ready. You guys watch this quick video, and we will be right back.
Yeah, it looks so much better with the star, with the lights, right?
So cute. I can't wait to
and
show
I'll spend
them.
more time to do this way and whatnot. But yeah, these little guys I've actually been using a lot in my decorating.
Hey you guys, my name is Kathy, and I am the Chalk Monster, and you are in the Chalk Monster Boutique. So welcome. While I'm getting today's project ready behind the scenes, there are a couple things that you can do to get ready for today's project. So first of all, if you are watching me live, type #live in the comments below, and if you're watching the replay, type #replay. That way I can go back and say hello and welcome you to the Chalk Monster Boutique. If you guys are a newbie and you have never seen me before, you've never been in the boutique, and you've never heard of Couture, or maybe you've heard of Couture but you're new to me and the Chalk Monster Boutique, welcome, welcome, welcome. I would love it if you guys would type newbie, #newbie in the comments below. And if you're a designer, welcome designers. I love to have designers in my group. So just type #designer and throw me some hearts. All right, next thing you can do, if you're watching me on Facebook, I would love it if you would share or sprinkle this video. Share it with your friends and family if you love it. Also, I would love it if you would follow me on Facebook and like this page and turn on the notification. There should be a little bell in the corner. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a single moment when I go live. If you are watching me on YouTube, Chalk Monster Boutique, that is my channel name on YouTube. Welcome to all my YouTube followers. So I would love it if you guys would like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then also turn on the notifications so you know when I'm going live. And finally on Instagram, Chalk Monster Boutique, I would love it if you would follow me on my Instagram page as well. All right, as we get started today, I'm going to tell you about our Club Couture subscription club. It is the most amazing subscription club that is out there. I'll tell you all about it, what you get every month, and if you join my club, I give you some extra treats and benefits. So I would love to have you join my club. Just type #club anytime during this project or this video for more information. All right, finally, before we get started, I'm also going to tell you more about today, the business opportunity with Chalk Couture. You guys, you can start your own home-based business right now, okay? You can get our amazing designer kit, your business in a box, and get started today, building your empire working from home. We also have an amazing team opportunity group. I can get you in there. You can watch a quick video, get all your questions answered, because I want you to make an informed decision about starting your business with Chalk Couture. Free to join that opportunity group. You can win products and prizes, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to tell you more about it, but if you're interested in the Chalk Couture business or the business in a box, just type #join and I will get you some more information. All right, you guys ready to get started? Let's go, and welcome to the Chalk Monster Boutique.
All right, you guys, we are back. We are in the boutique, except we're not. We are in my kitchen downstairs. And so this is guest hostess, Miss Monica Gould, and she has made the cutest, I can't wait for you to see this.
No, it's great, right?
Cutest 12 Days of Christmas tree. And she's gonna show you, we're not gonna chalk it because she's already chalked the bags, but she's gonna show you how to assemble this tree. And if anyone is interested in purchasing, we're gonna offer a bundle. All the pieces to the tree, all you have to do is watch this video because she's gonna show you exactly how to put it together. Yep. The bundle will come with all the pieces, the star, the transfer, the chalk, the bags, the binder clips, everything you need to make this. All you have to do is put it together, and if you wanna give it a coat of paint, you can do that. All right, I'm going to turn it over.
Yeah,
this
thank
is
you.
Mrs. Gould.
Hi, everybody. So I have always been looking for something to get my family from Christmas Day to the Epiphany.
Perfect. I'm glad you're explaining this.
Yes.
Yes.
So we keep our Christmas things up until the Epiphany. And for those who don't know, that's when the three kings come and meet the baby Jesus. And so we keep our Christmas season, actually begins on Christmas Day and ends at the Epiphany. So our decorations stay up until that point. But I'm sure, especially if you have little people, it is really hard to keep them interested in the fact that it is still the Christmas season when Santa has already come and the presents have already been delivered, and clearly there's nothing left to come. And even though the kings do come to our house, and we leave out the little hay when my kids were young, and for the camels and all that, they still were very minor gifts at that point. So it was really hard to keep everybody engaged in this continuation of the Christmas spirit and the Christmas season, especially since most times they've already gone back to school before you even get to the Epiphany. So always looking. So Kathy, the new catalog comes out with all the fantastic, yummy Christmas transfers, which is just, I could spend too much money.
I know.
But
adorable.
I see this 12 days of Christmas transfer. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is what I've been looking for all this time. What can I do with this? And then there actually was in the catalog a sample of a tree where they had hung these little bags up, and I thought, well, wouldn't that be lovely?
And I had no idea how to actually make one.
So I told Kathy, I'm like, I want to host a little party, and this is the project I want to do. And she said, oh, that's all well and good, but I have no idea how to make that tree.
No clue.
And I said, no worries, I can make that tree. It's easy peasy. And so we did just have my brunch, which was fantastic.
It was lovely.
Sunday. Thank you to everybody who came.
Photo in the group.
Did you?
That?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Got so many
It
likes.
was so nice. Just in the middle of the day. It was great to
beautiful weather.
Break up the day. We were outside. We social distanced. We kept it down to 8 people. It was just a good time for a few people just to get out and just to
good girl time.
It was, and just to feel a little bit of normalcy, through all this. So I was the only one who made the tree. But it turned out great.
But I want to make one.
But now we're all going to make one.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you the tree, and I'm going to have to back up. So while Kathy was there during the party, here we go. Woo, woo. And then I put these sparkly little battery-operated lights, which I love, and I'm addicted to fairy lights.
Hello, Trina. Welcome.
Totally addicted to fairy lights. I will tell you, if you're going to get fairy lights, get the ones on the wire, because the ones on the wire, you can really control how they go on things. So I love those. So what I did, and it is a bit time consuming.
It's not just a cord.
They're wire. Yeah, I've used the ones that are on kind of like a stringy cord, and they're just too hard to make stay where I want them to be. But so what we did is I chalked on these bags that Kathy had provided, which will be provided in your kit.
They will be in your kit.
Yeah. These 12 days, one on each transfer.
So you'll get
the
12
transfer has everything as one. So thankfully, while I was doing that, because Kathy is the chalking guru, she had the great idea that even though this transfer was made for one huge,
like one big chalkboard.
Right, chalkboard, so that it had 12 days of Christmas and then everything contained. And that's why the little markers are on here. Because of what we were doing here, I actually cut out each individual, and I marked it as
so much easier.
Dancing Girls 1 and 2, because it is a 2-step process for each individual day.
It's a layered transfer.
Yeah, so it is a little bit time consuming, and so we're not going to do that today. You guys can figure that out. If you need more instruction, I'm sure Kathy will be more than happy to give it to you.
I can chalk the bags for you another night.
But basically, I only did 2 colors on everything, and so basically one color was one transfer, and then the second color was the second transfer to that. So we did all 12 bags, and then I built the tree. So that is what we're going to do today, is build the tree for you.
Monica's going to show you how to build the tree.
So when Kathy sends you the kit, it will include the pieces individually. And the reason why we really went around and round on that, like, should we provide the tree already built, or how should we do that? And we decided in the end to send it to you unbuilt, so that you could put the branches where you needed to be based on how you wanted to spread things out. I will say, after I did mine, and my kids are older, so I've got a 22-year-old, a 19-year, is he 19? Yes. A 22-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 13-year-old. So I'm just putting like little trinkets in here, like some little chocolates in each one. One special day that they won't know about will have gift cards or something in it.
You do dollar bills.
Yeah, just some money, whatever. So I kind of feel confident, I'm hoping, that they'll be gentle with the bags and won't rip them open. Now, if you have little people, I don't know if that's going to work so good for you. So on the way over here, I had a brilliant idea, and I told Kathy as soon as I got here, I said, another option is to find these small canvas bags and to actually ink them instead of chalking them.
Yep,
and then the little, toddlers, little people can go at it, and it's not going to destroy it. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a grace. We decided on the spacing between each branch. So that's why you're going to get them put together. But I'm going to show you how to do that today. And there's two options on putting things together. You can either use this is an upholstery stapler. And it comes with 2 different sizes compatible on this particular one. So in here currently I have the small 5 millimeter size, and you can also put a 6 millimeter size in there. So when I was making the tree the other day, I only had the smaller size, and I realized, oh my gosh, it's only going to go through to connect to one of the pieces, and it's not going to be able to really catch the other branches. So I used my glue gun to mark the spaces and just hold it together until I could get to the Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever you shop and to get the other size staples. Well, lo and behold, I think to myself, oh, I want to move this a little bit. That glue from the hot glue gun really held it together. So
that's going to be so much easier, because I bet most people have
so much easier, because people aren't going to have that. So we are actually going to put it together with the hot glue gun today, because that is actually what mine is put together. I will show you how I am going to build this one little piece, but you will get it in her kit already assembled, and that's the only piece that's going to get assembled. And so that piece is this this Christmas piece right here. I always forget it's the opposite side on this one.
Yeah.
So this piece right here is actually 3 pieces of wood put together, so that it was large enough to have Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas. Now, what I will say, the other benefit of not putting it together that we had discussed was now you can paint the pieces of wood any color you want to do it.
You wanted to paint them red or green.
I kind of like it natural. What I did learn, and I will pass this little tip on to you, is if you do decide to keep it natural, the white chalk
for here just a little bit so they can see it.
Can you see it from there? Oh yeah, yeah.
There, no, you can.
Yeah. But the white chalk on the 12 days of Christmas. I keep forgetting it's the opposite direction. See how you can't even see it? It doesn't pop because
it's right here. And
yeah,
right here.
It doesn't pop because the wood is so light. So I'm actually going to re-chalk those at another opportunity and make it a little darker. But let's say you did the tree green or you did the tree red, then that white would look fantastic. So that was my only tip to you. But that does give you the option to paint anything, because all of the pieces are these light wood. You can, if you want, you can prime them. The stars that are going to come with the kit, Kathy does prime ahead of time. So that's fantastic. But if you don't want to prime them, just throw. I have worked with this type of wood with all kinds of paints. I have used latex paint. I have used, paint I've used on my walls. I have used craft paints. I have used acrylic paints. I have used everything. Anything works on it. It just depends how opaque or not opaque you want things to be. If you use the craft acrylic paints, those ones that come in those little tubes that you get in the craft sections, that is going to give you more of a washed color on your wood. If you want it to be opaque, then prime it the way Kathy did the star. I actually used a craft color on my star, and it was like a real gold or something, and it really came opaque because she had primed it. But if you like to see the grain come through, then you don't have to. But I have literally used paint that I've used on my kids' walls that I had extra of, and I'm like, oh, that would be cool to use for this and that. And I've used it on this without even priming it, and it's been fine too. So in the kit, you will get one of these larger pieces, and we'll mark them for you on the back, so you're not trying to figure out what's what.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the base of your tree.
Maybe we We could even type up like a set of instructions.
Oh, yeah. We'll make it easy for you guys. Trust me.
Yeah.
This is so easy peasy, and we don't want you to stress over the tree assembly, because this is really the nothing part. Where you want to spend your time is on the chalking and making.
Part.
Yeah. What I will say, and it's going to be funny to those people out in the world who know me, is when I was making this tree, I decided it was perfectly imperfect, which,
I think it's
as
perfect.
people that know me, would be like, I don't believe you that you were happy with perfectly imperfect, but I totally was. So when we were chalking the bags, Kathy told me I needed to wax the bags so that it would adhere a little better to the paper. And I really liked how it didn't stick 100%. It just had this just rough area to it. And then when I was putting the tree together, I kind of was marking, I need everything to be exactly, separated apart. And then things weren't exact and they were a little off. And then I thought, I love that even more.
It's all good.
Because guess what? God doesn't make perfect trees that every single branch is 3 feet apart. So this is not the stressful part. Nothing of this should be stressful. So perfectly imperfect.
I always say chalk is not stressful.
Right?
There are no chalk emergencies.
No chalk. Nobody's nobody's going to the ER over any of this stuff.
Exactly.
Because I've already used a circular saw for you and cut all these, so you're not even cutting off any fingers.
The dangerous parts.
Exactly.
Am I in your way?
No, you're perfect, girl. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make that that area for your Christmas.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to see, you keep going.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can put the tree behind you. So
perfect. That would be good. So I'm going to put together this Christmas thing. Now, keep in mind, you are not going to have to do this. I'm just putting it together to let you see the reason why I did not want you to put it together. So I wanted the feeling of that piece to be like it was one piece of board. And I think, can I move that down a little bit so they can see the actual thing? Yeah.
I will adjust it for you.
I will move it up if I need to, but maybe just tilt it down towards it. They don't need to see my face. Yeah, perfect.
Is that okay?
Yep. Okay, so it's actually 3 different little pieces. Okay, but I wanted them butt up against each other tight.
There we go.
So that when you chalked on them, it was seamless and it seemed like it was one piece of board. So I just want you to see how I put that together. So if under an extreme circumstance and something comes undone, you can put this back together. Now I will say, I am using my staple gun for this portion, and because I really want it to stick well. But if over the years it comes undone, you could certainly retack it together with the glue gun and it would be fine. But initially, when you are chalking on it, I just wanted it to be really secure for y'all. So we have 3 pieces together, and then we're going to have a little piece that's going to be the binder, just to hold everybody close. And if you guys have never used one of these upholstery staple guns, first of all, get yourself one. They are the best thing ever created.
But you will have already done this.
But I'll already have done it.
So
but especially if you have little people,
put together.
Yours is going to come completely put together. But if something happens down the road after 5, 6, 10 years, you can just glue it back together. So this is all we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and staple this. Everybody shut your ears. And there we go. And we're going to do another one down here. Shut your ears. And we're going to go there. And I'm going to keep trying to keep this really tight. And this is something that initially you could not accomplish with a glue gun, which is why we're going to send it to you already pre-made for this piece. So there. So now you can see it's smooth and you can't even see the joints where it is. So when you lay your transfer on here, you're not going to have these weird gaps. It's super smooth. It's going to act as one piece of wood, and you're just going to put that Christmas on there and chalk whatever color you've decided you're going to do your project with. So that is the Christmas piece. And then here we have the 12 days piece. And again, as Kathy had suggested, you're going to want to cut those pieces out individually. When you look at your transfer, the 12 days of is actually stacked. So what I would suggest, and it's what I ended up doing in the end, is cutting the, do you have a transfer? Okay. Here.
Yes.
So here you go. So as you can see, the transfer is really tight, the 12 days of. So what I ended up doing was cutting the really tight against that 12 and then really tight against that D for days, so that when I put it on here, it was spaced so it made sense as a sentence in one line. Because the way the transfer is set, it wants you to make it as a double line. And that way it will look nice and perfect along here. And then what I did on mine was we had these beautiful little stars that was on the transfer around Christmas. Then I just threw on either side of
right up
the
here.
12 days just to
So
kind of
cute.
fill up that spot, because it was a little bit, the 12 days up really doesn't take up a lot of room on that piece of board, so I just kind of filled in that little part with that. So we have our Christmas, the 12 days up, your main trunk, and then you are going to have your, where are we here? Here we go. And then we're starting our branches. So here we have our longest branch, which will be at the bottom, and then your next branch up, and then how many branches we have? 3 branches, girl? And then,
Yep, 3 branches.
yeah, 1, 2, oh, here's our bottom branch, nice and long, and then we have our next branch, and then we have our next branch, and then you do Christmas and the 12 days up. So we'll put that together just for you here right now so you can see. But again, you're gonna get a kit that's gonna include your 12 bags, a bottom branch, the next branch, the next branch, Christmas, the 12 days, and your trunk, okay? And then in addition to that, you'll get the star that you'll put on the top. And then Kathy's gonna give you a choice of either black or white clips for the bags.
These right here.
So the only thing that is not included in this will be the fairy lights.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so just go find the fairy lights where you want, or don't put the fairy lights, and any paints that you're going to use on the wood.
But
so
your
the-
chalk paste and your transfer.
Your chalk paste and transfer will be there. But if you decide you want to, this is going to come unfinished, you're going to have to paint this star with any paint that you have on hand. And if you do decide you want to paint your actual tree, you'll have to do that with paint that you have on hand as well. The only thing you are going to need to put this entire tree together will be a hot glue gun. If you want a little secure and you already own one of these staple guns, just make sure that you are getting the 1/4 inch, 6 millimeter size staples to put them together as the tree. But again, you don't need to. Mine is put together with hot glue, except for this piece, which you are already getting put together. All right, let's put this together.
Go. Let's go.
So what I have decided was the easiest thing was to, believe it or not, work my way kind of up and down on what I wanted. So once you have your bags, what I would suggest is go ahead and immediately just tack together one of the bags on each branch, so that now you have a good spacing on how you want to put this thing together, right? So I prefer the black because I feel it pops on the white bag better. But if you want it to kind of disappear, and it's because, again, I have left my tree unfinished. If I had finished the wood with like a green or a red, I would definitely use the black to make it pop a little bit more. But since we're not painting this wood, I'm going to stick with my handy dandy black kit here.
I like it.
So we are just going to put one here on the end. Each branch is cut assuming that you're using these smaller bags that Kathy is going to send with your kit. But that doesn't mean that something down the road can't happen. So if it's going to come with your kit, if you decide once you get it home, you know what, I found these other bags I like better, this is why we didn't put it together.
Felt bags or canvas bags or whatever. Yeah.
That's why we didn't put it together, because then you can put the clip wherever you need to do it. We're going to assume for this tutorial that you're using the bag that came with your kit. Just easier on everybody. So literally all it is a glue. So I'm going to put the bag down on the end here, because again, all of these pieces are assuming you're using this bag. The first branch has 3 bags on it. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. It's what I do in life. I eyeball everything. I'm like, yeah, that looks about good. and we're just going to put a good glob. Ooh, you've got a good gun. Holy
it's
mackerel.
hot, so be careful.
Yeah.
Don't burn
so
your fingers.
it is a good glob of glue there. If you can see that, holy cannoli. That is
but the
not
good thing is
going anywhere.
it dries clear.
Yeah, it all dries clear. So don't be afraid of the extra glob. It's not going to make a difference. Even if you have painted your wood, because I painted and glued on top of it, it doesn't make a difference. We're just putting this in here right now as a holder so that we know separation on our things.
Hot?
No, it's fine. Okay. So now I'm going to do one on the next side. Again, it's just a holder. So our next line has 4. And I have assumed with the length of the board that you are using our bags. So I can just
need more of these.
No, because we're just going to do one on each board.
Okay.
I've assumed that you're using our bags, so I can just go ahead and put the bag at the end, and then I can see exactly where
That's a good idea.
I need to put the glue, and I'm just going to put this down here.
And you just folded.
I folded the top because you're going to fold the top if you're putting something in it, and so I just kind of wanted to see, as the bag was folded, what kind of distance I was looking at. So that's why I just folded the top over. So there we have that. And then the bottom will have 5 on it, and that will be our 12 days. Isn't that great?
I love it.
So again, I'm just using the bag to eyeball where I'm going to put my, and again, it doesn't have to be exact because you just pin the bag wherever you want to pin it. So
right.
the clip just has to be kind of sort of in the center. Perfectly imperfect, people.
Exactly. This is DIY farmhouse.
Yeah, you know, this Christmas in particular, right. I have been very stressed out.
Nothing's perfect about this Christmas.
Nothing's perfect on this Christmas, and I decided I just need to let a few things go,
That's
and
right.
this has been one of them.
That's right.
That things don't need to be measured out and whatever. Okay,
Exactly.
so now I have a marker on each one, and my bottom one, right? No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put it on the trunk. And I'm going to work from the bottom up. Well, from the bottom, from the top up. I like coming in 2 directions because it kind of gives me a little bit of what we're going to do for you, though, which is helpful, is on the back of the board, I am going to mark for you the exact middle of the board.
Oh, that's easy. That's helpful.
What's easiest about that is then you know that's where I'm putting my glue.
Right.
And then that's what's going on the board.
That's super helpful.
Okay. So I didn't mark these, so I'm going to eyeball it because perfectly imperfect.
That's right.
So I'm thinking it is about here, don't you think, Kat? And again, I'm just going to kind of decide how much of a trunk I want on this. And you can certainly hang this on a wall or you can put it on a stand. I have a stand here, but I'll be honest with you, this stand is from another wooden sign I have that I just shoved this in. I have no idea how to make that.
In the catalog, they show it, I think
on the wall.
On the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you decide what you want to do.
I thought would be cute is if you got like the, the florist foam.
Oh, yeah,
you get like a little clay pot and stick it in the florist foam.
You absolutely could if you wanted to put it on a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna you know what? I kind of like this much of a branch at the bottom, and that's what it's gonna be. So again, you'll have a mark on the back of the wood where you're gonna want to put that dab of glue, or where you're going to want to position the wood so that then you're going to staple it.
I love it. You've done all the hard part. You've chopped
literally,
the wood, bought the wood, cut the wood.
All you got to do is put it together.
All you got to do is put it together.
And there we go. Now, those of you who have never worked with hot glue, which I can't imagine there are very many people out there who haven't, remember,
who doesn't have a glue gun?
You have limited time before it dries, and you are stuck with what you have.
It is what it is, people.
Yeah, you can always take it off, but I will say the reason why I did not take mine off to move it exact was if you do rip this off, you are going to rip off part of the wood, and you don't want to do that. So again,
just
perfectly imperfect. It's fine. Put some fairy lights on it. Nobody's going to know the difference.
That's right.
Okay, so now.
And if you really mess it up, we'll sell you another kit.
Really?
We just go with it.
It's going to be fine.
It'll be good.
So to do the second level, we're going to put a bag on.
It's real granite.
Yes.
Real granite.
We're good. Terry's dying
It's
over
not
there.
the faux stuff.
It's just hot glue.
It's just hot glue.
The hot glue.
Mr. Riddle is over here having
We're
palpitations that we are
countertops.
getting hot glue on his countertop. But
it's
again,
one piece.
the greatness about hot glue is it just comes right
off.
up. Especially if it's nice and cool granite.
That's
it just
right.
slides right up.
That's right.
So we are going to put a bag on here just to give us the proper spacing between the two, right? So for me, I kind of like it as close as kind of can get it. So I'm just eyeballing again. I feel like this is about my center, and you're gonna have the mark, so you're not gonna have to eyeball it. I'm gonna put my hot glue here. I'm gonna roll it down. I'm gonna hold it for a second, and then I'm gonna be stuck with it, so it's fine. And then here's where I kind of want to start at the top again and work my way down. So I put 2 branches, but now I want to make sure that the spacing between my lettering of 12 Days of Christmas and the start of my bags is where I want it. And again, there's no right or wrong. It's just that way you can kind of figure it out. So we're going to take one of Kathy's stars, and this is again is unpainted. We didn't do any painting.
No.
And there's no right or wrong way to put the star on. Personally, I like my point on top to be on top.
Yes.
So to give it the most security, I also think that's a good way to go.
Yeah, I like the point on.
Yeah. So what I like to do is get that star with as much real estate on the trunk as I possibly can. So if you look at it from the back, I like push the star out till it's barely on, that when you turn it to the front you can't see it, but when you look at it from the back, I have got so much, most of it on my star. That way it's not going to go anywhere, and I know it's super secure. And I have cut it in a length that will be optimal to doing that and still getting all your branches and still getting all of your bags on, with plenty of extra space for y'all to figure out if you want to move them or not.
And Mr. Riddle's filling the
And
wine
Mr.
glass.
Riddle, can I tell you how much I enjoy coming to the Riddle house? Because you never have an empty wine glass. I just want to say.
You all should come to our workshops.
For sure. Oh, is Terry going to be filling our wine glasses at the workshop? Because
I
he
think
hasn't
you
done
should.
that yet.
No, but I think that's a good job.
I
for
think
him.
that's a great job for him.
Yes.
What have you guys named?
He needs to earn some extra money around here.
And look, I was talking and I put the glue on the wrong side. Again, it doesn't even matter because it's imperfectly
Do
imperfect.
you want something to wipe it off?
Well, if we wait a minute,
Oh, no,
it'll
just
dry
wash
and we'll
it
just
with granite.
create it right out. We're just going to drip it on his granite and it'll all be fine.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
How many viewers do we have?
3.
Nice. I might tell you.
Oh no, I did put it on the right side.
I might log in and tell a joke.
Mr. Riddle is just getting me confused with the wine. Okay, so I'm going to put this on, and again, I want as much real estate on this star as I possibly can get. So I kind of push it until you just can barely not see the trunk. What are you saying over there, dude?
Did you hear my chalk joke?
What was it? I didn't.
What did the blackboard say to the eraser when they broke up?
What did they say?
Can't we just talk about it?
Did y'all hear that?
He tells chalk jokes.
She lives with us. I'm just
He'll
saying.
log into my live.
I'm just a visitor,
and tell
so
chalk jokes.
I don't even have to worry. Okay,
Exactly.
so now we have a top and a bottom to work with. So here's where I would probably start just placing and then making sure this is where I want. So we're going to put another bag on this guy, again for spacing. And we're going to eyeball that middle, which you won't have to do because I will tell you where the middle is. We'll tell you where the middle is on this. What you want to make sure you do, chalk Christmas on here before you assemble. And anything else you're going to do to this before you assemble. And chalk the 12 days of before you assemble. Once you assemble it, you could do it, but it's not as fun. You want to work on a flat surface as much as you can, as you all know. Because this is not your first rodeo with this kind of thing.
You guys are pros.
Yeah, so I'm just going to put it on here and I'm going to decide, yeah, I like the spacing of that. And now I know where I'm going to go. So I'm going to glue this guy. And again, you are not going to have to eyeball it because you will be marked exactly on the center. Oh, we're out of glue, girl. You got another
Yes,
stick?
I brought some more down.
You're going to be marked on the center, so you're not going to have to worry about trying to figure out where the center mark is. And you're going to put everything on with hot glue. If you want to use those staples, feel free. But honestly,
I don't think you need them. Just do the glue gun.
you really just need a glue gun.
Yeah.
I mean, why go through all that other stuff
Right.
when this is working perfectly well and less injury. And I've
Are
done,
you speaking from personal
yes,
experience?
and I've done all the work for you. So there's really no need to have to do that. There really is not any need. and you can just see Pot putting it together. And you can see how fast this is gone. And you got to think, when you guys do it, you're going to have the middle already marked. So it's literally boom, 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 boom. It should take you literally no more than 15 minutes to put this together once you have already chalked everything. But that's the key. Chalk everything first, paint everything out, prep everything first.
That's a good
This
tip.
little thing is the very last thing. Should take you no more than 15 minutes. And y'all know hot glue, it's done in a matter of
That's
seconds.
a good tip to chalk the bags. You
Yes.
recommend chalking the bags first.
Absolutely. Chalk everything first. And look, I mean, it is on here secure, and we just did it. So it dries super fast, and it is super secure. It is just the cutest little craft.
It is adorable.
I think we have. I am so excited about the days after Christmas this year. Finally, I feel like I've got something that I can look forward to with this. And it is a little time consuming to do the bags, but you know what? It's your time.
And it would be a fun family project.
It is a fun family project.
Like every person in the family chalks like 3 bags or something.
Yes. Or if you just want to do it with, with one other girlfriend, or you know what? If you just need quality alone time, which let's be clear, we all do now because we have our people in our face constantly during all this.
All day long.
I so enjoyed my time just chalking the bags, and you get into that just zen of my one transfer, my next transfer. And I was not creative at all with the colors. I just copied
I think you were.
what was on there. But super easy. And if you are pressed for time, honestly, nobody really said you needed to use that many colors on here. Just choose. You could choose, literally, you could choose 2 colors and use it on every single bag, the exact same colors. And
That's a good idea.
Because I was looking at them the other day, and I was like, you could use the same exact colors, and you would get through the bag so quickly that way, because you would do transfer 1, boom, 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 and then you would go back and do transfer 2, boom, 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 boom,
and then it would all be color coordinated.
It would all be color coordinated.
Gold, or
exactly.
Red and green, or,
exactly.
That's a great idea.
And I will say on the paper, the benefit of using the paper bags and not using the canvas ink bags is.
Yes.
I could not believe how quickly that chalk was.
But chalk on the paper, you have to fuzz and you have to wax.
Yes. So we did have to fuzz quite a few times because it is going on paper, and you are going to get a brand new transfer, so you just want to make sure that it's not going to be uber sticky.
Right.
And then don't put too much wax though. I did that on a couple
That's
bags.
true. I probably told you to do a lot.
No, you actually told me to cut it back, but the first ones I didn't really pay attention. So you do really want
wax,
to.
because you don't want the transfer to stick to the paper and peel it off.
Right. And don't feel like you have to do the whole bag. Let's remember, kids.
Good point.
You're folding the top of it, right? You're only using like this section of it. So what then I started doing is I started waxing from the top up only about 2/3, and that was really exactly where I needed to be. And it's a light hand on the wax, because even though I love it, my perfectly imperfect pair, where I didn't get as much, you can see where like I got down to here, I wasn't waxing as much, and it's very opaque. But I love them all just the same. But if you are pressed for time, or you just don't have a plethora of chalk colors available to you, you really only have to pick 2.
So Vicki wants to know what you put in the bags.
I'm planning on, like I said, my kids are older, so I'm planning on putting just candies in each bag and then not telling them, but on just random days putting a little $5 gift card to a Starbucks or a Chick-fil-A or something like that in them. I was thinking back to when my kids were so little, and my oldest, when he was just a peanut, would think you had given him the world if you gave him a Matchbox car.
Aww.
And I thought, what a perfect
cute is
size
that?
bag for a Matchbox car would that have been?
Yes.
So
you're doing one for 4 kids.
yes, because mine are little. Now I will say, if you've got multiple kids, don't feel like you need to chalk a bag for each individual child,
Right.
because they're all going to be behind them, right? So just have the front bag chalked, and then just have blank bags behind that. So
That's
we're
a good
only
idea.
sending you 12 bags that you are going to chalk, but you can get other little baggies down the road. You can even use Ziploc
That
bags or
is a
something
great
back
idea.
there to put
Because
more.
you could very easily clip more than one bag.
Absolutely. These are strong, ladies. They are not going anywhere with this glue.
You could definitely clip more than one bag.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And these clips are actually quite large, So it would actually hold better, I think, the more bags you put in it.
That's a good point.
So, but don't feel like you have to chalk. Like if you have, I have 4 kids. Don't feel like you have to chalk four bags. Just put something behind it, and it's just, again, it's just a little something to get you through this 12 days of Christmas, to remind your family that you're still in the Christmas season. And these are
until Three Kings Day.
Until Three Kings Day, and these are very holy days. These 12 days. And I feel
so
like
you start on Christmas Day,
you start on Christmas Day, and then it'll take you to the Epiphany on the 12th day. And I think it's just as a culture, you know, we just Christmas Day we're done, and certainly we're done by New Year's Day, right?
Your HOAs,
yeah, the HOAs are all screaming at you to take everything down. And this is just a good little reminder that no, we are not done yet. That we are still trying to celebrate. Yes, celebrate. We are still trying to celebrate. So there it is. And if you have any questions, you know, go ahead and give Kath a call. But
I love it.
It'll come in a little kit like that, and you'll have everything you need.
All
to
bundled
make
up. So cute. You can even give it as a gift. We'll include instructions.
Oh yeah, that's a great
We have to
idea.
figure out the price.
Yeah, well,
So
we're
we'll
going to
do
do that with all that. 'Cause there's a lot of moving parts here. But again, just to reiterate, you are going to get the pieces of wood. So you will get your trunk piece, and you will get the 12 days of Christmas pieces, and then you'll get 1, 2, 3 branches where you'll put 3 bags, 4 bags, and then 5 bags to make your 12. You'll get the wooden star. All of the wood will be unfinished except for the star, which Kathy has primed for you.
Yep. So it'll come like primed on this side and plain on this side, whichever side you want to use.
So if you want to keep the entire tree natural, you just use the back side of it, and it matches our wood perfectly. You will get 12 of the hooks of the little clips. Just let her know what color you want. Are either going to be black or white?
White or black.
Again, just personally, if you were going to keep the wood natural, I would stay away from whites because they do just kind of disappear. And that goes with the chalk too. And they're going to get chalk as well? Is that what they're going to get?
They'll get, I think I'm going to include 4.
I was going to say 4 is all you need.
Yeah, like 4 of the singles, the 4 paste singles.
And that's more than enough because you're using very, very little chalk on each one. And you will not get the fairy lights.
So you get the transfer.
But you will also get the transfer.
Squeegee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the squeegee. And just remember what you're going to have to do with the transfer is you're going to have to individually cut each individual day.
Yes.
Step 1, step 2. And then you're going to have to individually cut Christmas and the 12 days of, and to make the 12 days of look like one nice sentence. After the 12, really cut close, and right before the D for days, really cut close. Those were the only tips that I noticed while I was doing it, and that's about it. I mean, I hope you all really enjoy this craft, and you guys do it, and you find it something that becomes a new tradition for your family. I really
That's
do.
what I think is special about it.
I just have not seen something like this, and the minute I saw it, I was so incredibly excited.
You loved it from the
very second.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to make this.
I said, don't worry, girl, I can do it. But it's just a good tradition
so
to get you through to the 3 Kings Day. So
yes, I love it.
That's it.
All right, so we will figure out the price for the kit, and I will post a photo of it on my page in my VIP group. Members of my VIP group will get a discount, so make sure you join. Mrs. Gould is a member of that group.
I am. I love it.
So just type #VIP if you want to be in the VIP group. It's free to join. If you want information about our monthly subscription club, Club Couture, Mrs. Gould is a member of Club Couture. Type #club. It's only $19.99 a month. And if you think this is amazing, you want to do what we do, you guys want to join. #join, only $99. You get your designer kit, $250 worth of product. It's amazing. Make some extra money for Christmas. Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh,
Starbucks.
that's coming up too. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of good stuff. We're gonna have a lot more wood crafts that we're gonna have for you. We're gonna do trays. We're gonna do all this stuff. And again, it's gonna be like this, where you are gonna have to do none of the work. Everything will be cut for you, ready to go, and we'll make sure that it's easy to assemble for you, so you're not worrying about that. So you do not have to be a crafty person. You do not need to use saws. You are good with just your glue gun and maybe a tiny little nail for some stuff.
We do have a joke for Mr. Riddle.
Yes, we do. What do we get?
He wants to know.
This guy kills me.
What do you get when you mix calcium carbonate and steamed milk?
I'm almost afraid to ask, but what?
We don't know. Can you enlighten us?
He didn't tell us the answer?
Not yet.
Oh my goodness. This is what we're dealing with. First we're getting side glances for getting glue on his counter, and now he's giving us jokes with no answers.
But doesn't tell us the answers. Let's see if he, oh, chocolate.
Chocolate?
Chocolate.
Again, she lives with us on a daily basis. I just come here for visits.
People. I'm so sorry. The jokes are free.
Exactly. Oh,
all right. Well, this was
be back,
adorable.
though.
Yes. Thank you for coming over and
My
being
pleasure.
a guest hostess.
We'll have a lot more projects.
This is not the last time you'll
Nope.
see Mrs. Gould.
I'll be back.
All right.
All right.
You guys have a great night.
Cheers,
be safe.
everybody.
Cheers. We're going to be finishing our wine. You guys be safe and chalk on. I can't find the mouse.
You may be stuck with us a minute longer.
Right. Here we go. All right, you guys have a great night. Love you. I'll be back at the boutique tomorrow night.